Wagwan, welcome to our preview of the Tyson Fury versus Deontay Wilder fight. We're going to have a little chat, see what you guys are thinking about it, talk a bit of facts and statistics and all dem things.
All the dem things.
Go on. So, Leo, you're our facts man. Let's start off with you.
Well, I am the facts man, as we all know. And, basically, it's pretty straightforward. You know, Wilder, he's got 42 wins, 1 draw. Obviously, the draw with Fury. Yeah. Fury is slightly less, 29. Wilder was 41 by knockout, whilst Fury is 20 by knockout. So he's had a few more. Having said that, obviously Fury is a bit younger. He's 31. Wilder is 34. And also you have to look at the opponents he's fought. You know, probably the biggest fights Wilder has had is guys like Brazil and Ortiz. He did. Can't remember if he knocked him out, but he definitely won. He's beaten Ortiz twice, both by knockout. That's probably his major opponent. Whilst you look at Fury, biggest opponent, without a doubt, was Klitschko, which he won in those 12 rounds. So you do need to weigh out the opponents they've had. In sense of their size, Wilder's 6'7", Fury's 6'9". He's got a bit more of a reach on him. So it's interesting, but I would say also Fury, as we all know, he's lost a lot of weight. He's mentioned that in the last press conference about how in the first fight, even though he was doing very well for a lot of it, he sort of blew out a bit. He didn't have enough for the following rounds, and he's saying that is the reason why Wilder came in.
Oh, is that what you'd say?
Took advantage. I think that's what Fury's implying.
Okay.
But anyway, what do you guys think?
I think. So, what are you thinking in terms of who's going to win? Like,
who's going to win? How do you think it's going to pan out?
I think.
What they bring in?
So, it's such a hard one, you know. So, I think like in terms of the story of Fury, would have absolutely. I'd love him to come in now.
Yeah,
absolutely.
Yeah.
I don't think it's
fan,
exactly. I don't think it's going to happen.
Really?
No. I think he had one chance to beat Wilder. In my opinion, that first fight, he was absolutely fucking robbed. Fury. The first fight,
yes,
I think it was absolutely robbed, and I'm so surprised we don't talk about it more, like just generally in the sport. But I feel like that was very much a case where, you know, I'm not going to make any accusations here, but I am. The promoters, I feel like literally they must have paid off the judges, because the promoters choose who judges are. Right?
I'm not accusing anyone of
anything. Yeah.
But you get me.
Yeah. Like, there's definitely something going on there. Like, you just look at how I rewatched the fight recently. Right, Tyson won pretty much every single round. Obviously, apart from about, I think it was like 2 or 3.
He got knocked down though.
He did get knocked down, but come on, how can you get up after a punch like that?
He was still moving so fast, dodging.
He had Wilder on the ropes. He had Wilder on the ropes at the end. I just think he should have won.
Why do you think he's not going to win this one?
As I said, I think he's had that one chance. Wilder's like, he's really good. Well, actually, he's not really a good boxer. No. He's got that one right punch, isn't it? Yeah. I just think it's one of them things where
it's a punch and a half.
Exactly. I think it's just one of them things where, because he didn't do it then, I think he missed his chance. I think there was one chance to do it.
One thing, the most recurring thing about Tyson Fury, his whole career, is how unorthodox he is.
Yeah.
AJ did an interview, I think a couple of years back, where he had like 3 options of who he wanted to fight. I think it was like Klitschko, Wilder, and Fury. He said, which is going to be the toughest? And he said Fury, because you just don't know what you're getting with Fury. And I do think Fury is going to bring something to this fight we haven't really considered. I think I think he's definitely, his fitness levels are going to be much better in this fight. I think that was something he's going to work on.
And they were insane. I thought they were really good for the first fight. Like, he was moving around pretty much the whole, and he's a big Donny as well.
To move around
like that is just crazy.
Absolutely.
He's got mad energy for his size, man.
Yeah.
Like crazy. And he's got a chin as well. Like,
yeah, strong chin.
Yeah.
But anyway, what do you think?
I think he'll win.
Yeah.
I don't know. I just have this feeling he's...
By knockout, or do you think he'll go through the rounds?
No, it'll go to like 8, I reckon.
Round 8.
Well, do you think he's going to win in
I don't
a
think he'll go for judges.
Match? Like, just them
Fury.
pounding each other. You think Fury?
I think he's going to be able to take more.
I think he can take it.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
I think it's going to be an interesting one. I mean, I feel that Teddy Atlas, he's a famous boxing sort of coach. he said that last fight, Wilder got shown up. Like, for years and years, we had Wilder, the Bronze Bomber, this amazing guy, which the Americans were going crazy about. How, like, you know, AJ and other fighters, British fighters and European fighters were always dodging him. And then you get this guy who's literally been out of the ring for 2 years, blew up like a balloon, and you're struggling against him for a good... How many rounds would you say he struggled against him? Maybe 9?
Yeah.
Yeah, 9 rounds.
Eight at least. Eight at least.
least.
Yeah.
He really got shown up, but we'll see. I think he knows that this is a huge fight for both of them in terms of their career, and the question is also, do you think AJ will turn up to this fight? Because if AJ turns up, that means he is going to challenge the winner.
Yeah.
I think it's a tough one, you know, because I don't understand why White isn't in the conversation. I don't know why he's not in the conversation.
I agree.
I think he's really proved it
so much.
And he's proved himself. He's pretty much beaten most of the people that are challenging alongside of him, all the other challengers. Why is he not in the conversation?
I don't know. I mean, I think that loss, obviously, against AJ, I think people just saw him as like a stepping stone. But since that loss, he's been amazing. He's had those 2 bouts with Chisora where he was great. He beat Parker. Yeah. Parker, who's a quality fighter. You can't take that away. And like, you know, he's just improved and improved and improved. I think an amazing fight would be Wilder Fury. I don't know if that will ever happen. But you're right. Wilder should be.
Yeah.
Oh my
God. Who do you mean?
That's happening this weekend, man.
No, not Wilder. Dylan White.
Yeah.
White Fury.
Yes,
that would be a good.
That'd be an amazing fight. That'd be an amazing fight. I know, obviously, AJ's a champion again and all that,
but I don't see him as a champion really. Like, not like it was before.
I think it's a tough one because a proper champion takes the L, comes back even stronger and does their thing. And he's done that. And he's done exactly that. That's what I'm saying. I don't know. I think I've gone off the hype of AJ now.
After that fight, yeah.
Yeah, I just think...
Was it because he was so defensive the whole fight?
See, this is where... Now, I'm still pretty new to boxing. It's worth mentioning it. Like, I've been watching it maybe for about the last 6 months. So I'm still really new to it. Now, there's two... For that reason, the entertainment side of it, I'm like, this is fucking dead, right? But actually analysing boxing and learning the sport, I really appreciate the way he fighted. So it's like the way he fought. So I just don't know why he doesn't excite me anymore. Maybe it's because he's not that AJ that is just like pounding down everyone, was going to go on, seemed like he was going to go unbeaten. Maybe it's because he's not that guy anymore, maybe. Or I think I just look at it and think, the story behind Fury coming back, that first fight, all the stories around it, the story of White as well, because he's
that rivalry.
Exactly. Yeah. I just feel with AJ, there's not that excitement around him anymore. He's sort of
he
done
needs
his
a good
thing.
rival. He needs someone to sort of like. I mean, that's what I think people were hoping with what was his name, Miller. Because those two proper hated each other. Like, they had a really heated press conference. And then obviously Miller with his drug taking and everything like that fucked that over. And then he fought Ruiz, who was just sort of happy to be there. You know, he just had that face like, oh, I don't know, I like it here. I don't know what voice that was, but anyway.
He was just happy to be
there.
He was
just happy to be
even
there.
When he lost, even when he lost the rematch, he just looked happy. He was like, yeah, like, I didn't really get close enough to him, but we're going to do the third rematch. He didn't really seem that bothered about, like, actually just
he's made enough money to, like, keep his family happy for years on end. So, you know.
And was he really a boxer that was on the map before that fight? I think you'd
slightly. I mean, I believe he's got a boxing family. Like, his family's quite prestigious. In the sport,
what I mean by that, like, him as a name, like him as a boxer himself, was he quite well known before the AJ fight? I mean, I'd never heard of him personally, but again, as I said, I'm still new to boxing.
Apart from Wilder, I would say there aren't as many. At least here in the UK, we don't really know as many American boxers.
Right.
So definitely over here, we would have felt that he was a nobody.
Yeah.
I can't speak for Americans.
Exactly.
And like, there's only a few I know about in America. Brazil.
Isn't he like some sort
He's
of...
from Mexico, right?
He's a Mexican American.
Yeah.
Yeah, but he's from
Okay,
America.
Oh, okay.
Bit like you, mate.
Yeah.
Yeah, no, I mean, he wasn't a big name. But anyway, I think the question, what's exciting about this is, as you say, that new fight is decided. I don't know if that will happen. If someone wins this so easily, like
What
whether
fight are you
it's
talking about now?
Wilder Fury. If someone absolutely destroys the other opponent, I don't know if Frank Warren will see a financial incentive in having another fight, and he may just make up some BS excuse to cancel it. But
I kind of feel like, why have it anyway? They had a draw for the first one, so then
this is just a decider.
This is the decider.
Yeah.
Why are you putting a third one in?
To make extra money,
it is
really.
money,
It's money.
So many other fights.
People
could be
still
putting on.
come.
Yeah.
These two guys still hate each other a lot. Well, they don't actually.
No,
I think
they've
there's
been
a
quite
respect.
friendly
There's
now, haven't they?
respect.
They've been
There
quite
is
friendly between each other. It's not like the first press conferences where they were
Yeah.
shouting at each other's faces and going nuts.
Fury doesn't.
But
I
that's
think
what
like,
happens, isn't
yeah.
it? You have the first fight, you gain respect for them, and then the next fight comes along and it's a bit more like friendly. But I
Yeah.
still think there is that like intensity where I think Wilder will try and go for an early knockout.
He's going to have to, really, isn't he?
Yeah.
I think that seems like the most logical.
I mean,
game
he's
plan.
fitter. He will be
He's
fitter
a
than
lot fitter,
Fury,
yeah.
so he can last the 12 rounds. And as we saw from
You
the last
say
fight,
that though. Was
But-
that really reflective of the first fight?
his technique was poor because he came against someone who was so unorthodox. He didn't really know how to cope with it.
But you say that he'll have better cardio than Fury, but during that first fight, he looked gassed out pretty early on.
yeah, I think that was also a mental aspect. I feel
Yeah.
like he was just
He wasn't
like
ready
he was
for it, I
hit,
don't think.
hit massively
Yeah.
by this. He didn't have as much fear factor as he really should have been a lot more worried about Fury than he was. But I don't think any of us were expecting that. Like, let's be honest.
I mean, certainly not.
We all
what
look
happened.
down on
Like,
Wilder saying, "Oh, you should have done better," but expected more. But no one was expecting this.
I mean, surely that last round has gone down in boxing history. Like that
Yeah.
was incredible,
Mental.
incredible. So, all right. So, final calls then. How are we going to predict it? Talk us through round per round.
I think Fury is very good at those long distance fights. Like, he was really good with Klitschko at keeping his reach, being quite defensive. But people forget he's got great sporting intelligence, Fury. He may stand there and go, "Ya big dosser," and he wear his fucking weird coloured suits and all that shit.
Carries himself
but
like
he's a very
hilarious.
intelligent fighter.
Yeah.
And we'll see, man. I mean, I feel like he can win that by points. I'm not sure about him knocking Wilder out. I just
Really?
don't see it myself, but
Okay.
I want to be surprised.
Yeah, same.
I want him to win so much. I think it just adds to that storyline, doesn't it? It's just incredible. And it's just how he overcame mental health, especially after
Yeah.
the week of how depressing mental health has been with Caroline Flack committing suicide.
Exactly.
Seeing someone overcome serious mental health and drug issues and alcohol issues and take away Wilder's belts and be the world champion, it would send such an amazing message.
That's why I think it's going to happen. It's almost destined.
Yeah. Forget what I said earlier.
I do think
I'm with you guys.
I do think Wilder will start the match on the front foot. I think he'll take maybe the first few rounds, but I think Fury will bounce back, and then I think he'll go for it. He'll go for the knockout, and it's going to be scenes.
Do you think he's going to get a knockout? Ooh, I think it's going to go to the distance again. Like literally, it's going to go. It's going to just be mad.
What, to the judges?
Yeah, I think it's going to go down to the judges. I don't think we're going to get a knockout.
No.
Ooh. Hold on.
If it's ever going to happen, it's going to be this fight. That's why I'm like,
Yeah.
if Wilder's going to get knocked out, it's going to be this fight.
Yeah. I mean, this could be him. Yeah.
All right, I've given it some thought. Right, this is what's going to happen. Fury's going to knock him out. There is going to be a knockout. Fury's going to knock out Wilder.
When do you
That's
reckon it
what's
will
gonna
happen?
Yeah. I take it back. It's not going to be the 8th round. What am I chatting?
Wow. Sorry, I wasn't expecting you guys to just
This is great podcast.
round 11. Round
towards
11.
the very end.
Right
you
towards
Right,
the end.
yeah.
I don't think I think there's just going to be that Tyson's going to get that second win vibe again, like he
Yeah.
did the last round, and I think
push for it.
just
I reckon
push it,
so,
and he's
yeah.
just going to get that. I don't know, man. You know what? I've no fucking idea. I'm changing my mind as I keep thinking about it. All right, I want Tyson to win. I want the success story of mental health. I want all of that. Tyson to win, 11th round knockout. There we go. Decided. Don't ask me.
I reckon
again.
you should put a bet on it.
Don't ask me again.
Put a bet on
We're
it.
talking out of our asses, but
Oh,
hey, fuck it.
absolutely. Yeah.
Fuck it.
Just want to put this out there. I said this is a preview.
Yeah.
We're still learning.
We're-
We're learning about the sports ourselves.
I've always been a fan, but I've always like been shit at sports. So
Yeah.
I'm
Yeah.
just like,
Yeah. I think
I'm
if-
great at watching it, but like actually,
If anyone has gotten this far in this video, they definitely know that we know.
We know nothing.
Probably should have said that at the start, really,
Yeah.
but you know, it's all
So
part of it.
yeah, like
I
the
just
video.
imagine some angry New York boxing coach sitting
yeah.
at home going, "You know nothing about boxing.
Yeah.
You're all a bunch of fucking British.
Fucking
Go,
British fucks. Yeah.
go drink your fucking tea."
Yeah. I will.
Oh. Anyway,
Yeah,
That
love
was
let's
this.
call it there.
Yeah.
Boom. Like the video, subscribe, and we'll see you next week on the podcast.
Yeah. Oh, also let us know your comments as well.
Yeah.
What everyone's opinions are. We want to hear
Even
it.
if we
Yeah.
were talking trash, tell us.
Yeah.
we're
Even if
talking
you want to
trash.
troll us and
Love it.
Alright, ciao.
Boom.